and welcome to a brand new season of Future Lens powered by ETH Insights. Future Lens is a unique talk show that ditches the predictability and dives into conversations that no one else is having. This isn't just another business talk show. We deep dive into conversations on technology, sustainability, innovation, through a lens that challenges the convention. And today on Future Lens, we have a very special guest with us, Abhishek Singh, a distinguished IAS officer. Abhishek Singh is currently the Additional Secretary of MITI, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. In this role, he oversees key areas such as AI, digital skilling, emerging technologies, and cybersecurity. Additionally, he is also the CEO of India AI Mission. At a time when India is scripting its own AI journey, let's get into this discussion with Abhishek Singh. Thank you, sir, and welcome to ETH Insights. It's a pleasure to host you. Thank you for doing this. Let me begin by asking you, at a time when the world is debating on the AI infrastructure, how do you see the India AI ecosystem developing? Are we going to get into a situation where we create an ecosystem that is not only resilient, but we globally compete?
There's a lot of expectations to the whole world from what India will do in the field of AI. Primarily because we are regarded to be the tech capital of the world. We are regarded to be the tech garage of the world. Our engineers are part of almost every big tech company globally. Our engineers are part of almost every major initiative that has happened across the world. Our companies are leading this effort. People of Indian origin are leading some of the biggest companies globally. So the natural expectation was that when will India come up with some path-breaking disruptive AI product which can dominate the world. So when we looked at it, one of the key gaps that we had in our AI story was that we had very little AI infrastructure. And that's how the AI mission was approved by the government last year. And amongst several things that's trying to do, one was it of augmenting the AI compute infrastructure. So in the last 1 year, with the participation of Indian industry, we have made around GPUs, 38,000 GPUs available for our ecosystem, which though is not a very big number, but it has given an opportunity for Indian startups and researchers to work on training foundational models and building AI applications that can bring better services across domains and across sectors. So with this, we are there in the game. We are building our own Indian foundation models. We are building applications in the healthcare, agriculture, education space, and we do believe that by the time we host the Impact Summit in February 2026, we'll have something to show to the world, something, an LLM, which will primarily be a voice-based LLM, which is something, the applications that will not only be of use within India, but it can be an example for the whole world.
Right. Now, coming to the AI governance and regulatory framework, what are some of the critical elements to look forward to?
See, our approach to AI governance is that we prioritize innovation over restraint, in the sense that while we recognize that AI can have safety issues, can have security issues, can result in user harm, but the way we regulate it is the applications of AI rather than technology itself. Like, for example, if there is an AI use case in the field of healthcare, like if there is an AI tool for diagnosing tuberculosis, then that tool will be regulated to the extent that how does it compare to a human radiologist doing the same job. So if the outcome of the AI machine for doing diagnosis of a disease is better or equal to that of a human doing the same thing will be allowed. Similarly, we are looking at regulating use cases that may result in user harm, that may cause any damage or any harm to an individual per se or a group of people in general. So if there is a deep fake, for example, which is causing any harm to people in a democratic society like ours, or if there is AI which is used to generate content which comes under the CSAM category, child sexual abuse category, or AI used to generate pornographic content, or AI used to cause reputational harm to any individual or a group of individuals, or AI which is used to generate content which can lead to social disorder or law and order challenges. Those are the use cases that will be regulated. Those are the use cases that will not be allowed. In general, we do believe that Indian companies and Indian startups have a great potential to make positive use of this technology and build transformational AI products that can benefit humanity in general. Right. So those solutions we will definitely encourage and not put any restrictions on them.
Right. You just talked about deepfake. So one of the critical concerns obviously is cybersecurity. So how is India building its cybersecurity framework to create a seamless ecosystem?
See, cybersecurity becomes part of every digital transformation project, because that cybersecurity is something that we don't do as an afterthought. Cybersecurity comes in at the design stage only of a project, and we do believe that if we are going digital, there will be certain elements which will try to attack you. They will try to cause situations of like what we call a DDoS attack, denial of service, and there will be elements which will try to bring India into disrepute. Right. What we have seen is that in the last several years, especially as recent as Operation Sindoor, our adversaries have launched extensive cyber attacks on government assets, on important portals, websites, services, our transportation networks, our power networks, our city networks. They all were under extensive attack during several times, and all this attack comes from nowhere. Right. So what we have done is that with the efforts of our agencies, like the National Cybersecurity Secretariat, we have created a robust cybersecurity framework which ensures that we monitor all the traffic on the internet. We monitor which kind of attacks are coming from where, and we are able to take necessary proactive action to prevent all such attacks. In fact, the biggest dilemma is that the good work which is done by the cybersecurity team does not get noticed because nothing goes wrong. So people don't even realize round the clock work that's going on. Absolutely. One mistake and something going wrong, everybody notices. So that's the risky scenario in which they function. But yes, what we do realize is that whenever we build up a product, whenever we build up a digital transformation solution, whenever we go online on a financial system, we ensure that cybersecurity measures are incorporated right from day one, and then regular cybersecurity audits, regular monitoring of the systems is done to prevent any unwarranted attack on such a system.
Right. Just coming back to GPUs, you already described, what work has been happening. Is India pursuing its indigenous GPU development?
Yes, there's a lot of work which is going on. We have the design linked incentive scheme in which we are supporting our design engineers to work at chip design, and GPU design is all part of it. In fact, India is one of the leading design engineers in this field. In fact, almost 20% of the workforce in chip design comes from India. So given a strong strength in chip design and abilities in doing this kind of work, we do believe that with the right kind of investment, with the right kind of tools, with the right kind of support given, we will be able to do our GPU design as well.
Right. One of the critical aspects again here is digital skilling, and you are associated with it. So how do you think digital skilling in India has taken off from the time, this technology disruption has happened to now, and the way forward?
So digital skilling is a very important part of our digital transformation journey, because while we do believe that at one very basic level is that whenever you are making services online, you will need to ensure that citizens who are accessing these services have the necessary skills to be able to navigate those services. So we did launch a program called PMG Disha, which worked on basic digital literacy, which kind of focused on providing digital literacy skills to almost 6 crore people across the country. This program was implemented till last year. And more importantly, for higher end skills, for training people in skills like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain, AR, VR, we have launched a portal called Future Prime Skills, in which there are industry ready courses which have been developed in partnership with industry, and these courses are also certified by NCVET as to be conforming to the national curriculum framework. And these courses, those who are already in service or those students who are going to enter the job market, take these courses, get the certifications, and use it as a step ladder towards entering the job market.
Right.
What we are also looking at with the adoption of AI, there are many low value jobs which will be under stress, which will be under pressure. So you need to have very comprehensive skilling and reskilling and upskilling strategy for those people who might be adversely impacted by AI coming in.
Right.
So skilling has been a focal point of our Digital India story, and more so with the artificial intelligence coming in.
Right. Sir, in one of the earlier questions, you talked about the Impact Summit. So obviously, India is playing a big role towards, shaping its AI ecosystem, probably in the global south and globally. So if you can talk about the Impact Summit and how does it scale India's AI ecosystem?
See, the Impact Summit that we are hosting this year is the summit in the series that started at Bletchley Park, UK in November 23, and then last year in May 24, South Korea hosted the Safety Summit, and earlier this year, for the France and India co-hosted the AI Action Summit in Paris. Our Prime Minister Modi ji, along with President Macron, were there in France, and which laid down the agenda for AI global governance and what we need to do as a global community for more effective use of this technology. So what we have happened is that our summit is in a follow of this, and what we are doing is we are calling it the Impact Summit, wherein we're looking at impact of AI in several key sectors. And which are the key sectors on which we are looking at impact? We are looking at impact on three pillars, which we are calling as three sutras, like people, planet, progress. Impact of AI on people means how it will impact jobs, how it will impact need for skilling, need for reskilling, ensuring that people are not adversely impacted, the issues of inclusion, the issues of using AI for empowering people who are differently abled, people who have learning disabilities. So all that aspect, the gender issue, all that is covered under the people pillar of the Impact Summit. The second pillar is, of course, about planet, wherein we are looking at impact of AI on planet. Here there are two dimensions. One, of course, how do we make sustainable AI possible? How do we reduce the energy consumption for AI supercomputers? How do we bring in efficiency in AI systems? And the second aspect is how do we use AI itself for addressing issues of climate change? How do we use AI for, say, predicting floods? How do we use AI for predicting extreme heat wave event? How do we use AI for drought prediction? So AI has both the dimensions when it comes to planet. One, making sustainable AI, and using AI for climate action.
Right.
And the third pillar is, of course, about progress, and therein what we are looking at is impact of AI on economic growth, how usage of AI results in efficiency, results in productivity, results in yield gains, results in increased individual incomes and GDP of a country.
Right.
And as also AI for social good, how AI can be used for offering better services, how AI can be used to transform health services, agriculture services, education services. So that's the whole gamut under which we are hosting the AI Impact Summit in February 2026.
Right. Wonderful. 3 decades of rich legacy experience in administration. What is the legacy Abhishek Singh wants to leave behind for the future generation?
So what I would say is that being part of the administrative services, being part of the government is always an exciting day. Every day begins with an opportunity wherein we can work with our teams, we can work with the resources that we have to try to make a difference in the world that we live in. So that's what drives oneself.
Right.
That's what helps one to complete the whole day. And every day when I leave office and go back home, one of course looks back at what one has done, but also one is reminded of so many things that are remaining to be done.
Right. One last question. Where do you see India's AI ecosystem in the next 5 years?
See, we will be amongst the top countries. We are already amongst the top 3 countries, but right now the gap between where the United States and China is and India is significant. I do believe that we will be able to match up, we'll be able to catch up with them, and that will require leapfrogging, and that will ensure that we are amongst the best. We should be, I will not say we'll be the number one or something, but we will be at par with the best in the world.
Right.
And we do have the capabilities for doing that. We do have the policy support for doing that. We have the funding for doing that, and we have the right opportunity for doing so. So I do believe that India will be able to match up with the best in the world in the next 5 years.
Fantastic, sir. Thank you for those wonderful insights. Now we have a small segment, a rapid fire round of 5 or 6 questions.
Okay,
I hope you're up to it.
let's hope so.
Let's begin the rapid fire round. Regulation first or innovation first?
Innovation first.
The app you use most every day?
WhatsApp.
The leader you admire the most?
Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji.
A dream project you want India to lead in AI.
Voice LLM.
Technology you are most excited about non-AI.
Blockchain maybe.
One leadership quality you admire the most.
The ability to take your team along.
Right then, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful insights. Thank you for doing this with ET Edge Insight. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. It was the pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that was Abhishek Singh, Additional Secretary of MITI and CEO of India AI Mission. That's it from Future Lens in this episode. More coming up soon. Until then, take care. Goodbye.